Welcome to another episode of Sports Talk. I'm your host, Mike Bruck. Today we'll be talking McKinney Boyd Lady Broncos softball with Coach Mo Fritz. Stick around for that. Coming up next on Sports Talk. We're joined now by Lady Bronco head coach Mo Fritz. Coach, welcome back to Sports Talk.
Thank you.
Well, it's good to have you here. As you were coming into this year's district season, I know you had pretty high expectations. Last year, you're used to having a winning program, and you weren't as successful last year as you'd hoped to be. What was your real goal going into district this year? Were you thinking you were going to win it all?
Yes. I definitely thought we were going to win. I thought we were going to be going into the playoffs seeded first. We're a lot stronger. We have 5 freshmen that came in, and really strong 5 freshmen that helped the program. And just being here another year, kids know my expectations. They, know what to expect. And so a lot of team unity this year, which was really good. So consistency, I thought, would be a lot better. And we have been a lot better consistently, and we're stronger as a team overall.
Well, walk us through the first half of district. What were some of the key games in the first half of district, and who were some of the key competitors for you?
Well, the first part of the district, we went 5-0 up through Rowlett, and Saxe was a tough competition for us over at their place. It was an experience that I think my team was not expecting, but did very well, prevailed, and I think it was a changing point for us as a team overall. Very exciting, So that was a change I thought would be really good for us. Rowlett didn't seem to be much. I mean, it was competition, but wasn't real big struggle for us. Went against Garland and dropped a game to Garland when we were up, and that was, for us. Kind of a letdown, especially for me. I really wanted to see us go 7-0 the first round.
Well, and when you're talking about Garland, I mean, that's a great example of your change in expectations for the team, right?
Right.
Because Garland is a perennial powerhouse. I mean, if they're not winning state, they're making it to the finals or the semifinals. Coach Mosteller does a tremendous job there. I mean, that's a great example. You have an expectation of, you know what, not only can we compete with teams like Garland, we can beat them.
Exactly.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And so we went 6-1 first round.
All right, with only one loss, and that to Garland.
Right.
All right. As you started the second half, did you see any changes that need to be made, or was it, you know what, everything seems to be going right, we're going to keep everything the same? I mean, where were you at a halfway point?
Halfway point, I thought we still could go 7-0 and end up first. Like I said, I didn't see anybody that was just going to blow us away, that we couldn't compete with and do really well against. We ended up losing Emily Becker to a broken wrist right before the end of our first half. So that definitely was a loss for us. She's our lead off and extremely powerful offensively and on the bases, scores a great deal of runs for us. So it's nice to have her back. We don't have her fully back, but that was definitely a key person that we were really we depend on a lot going into the second half. Second half, we drop a game to Rowlett, which we actually were up against Rowlett, like 5-0. Ended up losing 6-5. So that was just extremely disappointing.
Is that a youth and inexperience thing?
It was errors, and being in a situation where, some of that, what do we do instead of staying in control and focused? Just a few errors here leads to a couple more errors. It's kind of one of those things that the team in the past has had an issue with. We've gotten much better at that this year, but still we see it every now and then. And we did in Rowlett, which it was a disappointment because Rowlett isn't really a powerhouse team, even though they ended up being co-champions with Garland. Then we go into against Garland, Rowlett had beat Garland twice, so we beat Garland and we are co-champions with Rowlett. Or at least we thought at the time we were playing against Garland, we thought we were playing second and third for second and third.
Right.
Go against Garland, we start off on Tuesday, it gets lightning delayed, we were up down 2-0 against them, come back the next day on Wednesday to play, and start off where we left off, and it was already 6-0. And that inning went by the time we got out of it. So definitely unexpected. I thought it would be a closer game.
Right.
I thought my kids would compete a little bit more. And saying that, I lost my starting catcher right before, during the Saxe game, to an injury to her thumb, which she's out for 4 to 6 weeks. So, with having 13 and 13 strong, I mean, dropping 2 of my starters is a big deal for this program. And you can kind of see it at times. Other times, other kids are able to step up and help with that extra hit or base hit or stolen base or run that they're going to score. Had that opportunity to do that, and they've done that, but there are times when we're just not quite there and we're missing that energy and that defensive or offensive play by Maddie and Emily.
So to lose 2 key players in 5A, the competition is so rigorous. I mean, there's almost no bad teams out there. Everybody's a good team on every night. They can give you a good game.
Yes.
So and that is a tough loss.
Yes.
So where did you end up at the end of district?
We ended up in 3rd place.
3rd place, all right. And so Garland and Rowlett co-champions?
Co-champions.
At the top, and then you're in 3rd. And who's in 4th? Do you remember?
I think it's Saxe. I believe it's Saxe.
Now, as you look back on the season so far, excuse me, and we say so far because it's not over yet, right?
That's right.
Still got the playoffs this year, which is a nice new addition here for the Lady Broncos. But as you look back, who were the people that really helped the team get to where they were this year?
Well, there's a number of them. Brittany Estrada has done a great job. Jill Nicholas, I mean, she's on the mound at 3rd. She's now in the outfield for me. Sam Stockford, she's been on the mound for us a lot, and she will see more time on the mound during playoffs. Maddie behind the plate, which we're definitely going to miss, Maddie Von Hagel. Right. We also have Jenna, a senior for us, Jenna Walton, and she will be missed a great deal. She's a leader for us on the field and off the field, and she gets those key hits and makes those plays, and it gives the infield confidence. I think that is really needed. Annie Nicholas, Annie stepped in everywhere we've needed her. She played second when I needed somebody to step in where Emily was out, and now I have her at playing catcher. She's behind the plate because I need her there. So Annie's a huge key player for me. She definitely is utility. Mo McDonald does some great job in the outfield for me. I'm sure I'm missing some other ones, but it's been a whole team contribution for where we are and what we're doing. It's been definitely a great experience for them to go, okay, it's not just about so-and-so or so-and-so. It's about all of us.
It's a whole team effort.
It definitely is.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, hopefully they get to see that even further.
Right.
Because we hope that playoff run goes a long way.
Yeah. Wanting to go deep.
All right. Now, who is the first round for this district? Is it an outside district or is it DISD? Where do you go?
It's DISD, and I believe our first round is against Skyline.
All right. And we don't really know a lot about them, or?
Not at this time. We should. Well, to know about them, yes. I know that they're not real strong, but I do believe they're going to be scrappy. I do know that their pitcher does fairly well, but defensively and offensively, they're not real strong. But any given day and be in the playoffs, anybody can do really well.
Now, what kind of a series? Are you going to want a best 2 out of 3, or are you going to do a one-game winner takes all? What is it you're wanting for the playoffs?
For the playoffs against Skyline, I believe we can do it in 1. I'm going to go for a 2 out of 3 because I want us to have the opportunity to go farther, and I don't want it to be a fluke call, a fluke play, or something like that keeps us from doing that. I do believe we're the better team, so we're definitely going to do the 2 out of 3 to make sure that the better team goes on.
And now, when do the playoffs start? I know this week is basically tax week, but when do the playoffs actually start?
We can begin on Friday.
On Friday.
So I'm looking at a Friday, Saturday morning play, if need be, an afternoon Saturday.
All right,
So.
but we don't have anything yet. We haven't got any schedule yet, but you're hoping for Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
All right, against Dallas Skyline. Looks like that's the second place team in that district, right?
Yes.
All right, well, Coach, once again, congratulations on a better season. We hope that it keeps going. We hope there's another state championship brought home to McKinney Boyd High School.
Great. Thanks.
That'd be wonderful. And we'll have you back when you do that.
That's true.
All right. That's Coach Mo Fritz of Lady Broncos softball. That's our show for today. We'd like to thank Coach Fritz for coming in and talking about Lady Broncos softball. Next week, we'll be talking baseball at McKinney ISD. Thanks to everyone who helped create today's show. I'm Mike Bruck. See you next time on Sports Talk.